Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about creativity, this really nebulous thing that's hard to pin down, but it is something that I feel like I struggle with so much that I am fascinated in finding ways to make sure that I can continue getting better at utilizing what I do have, growing my creativity, and I am excited to talk about it a bit today, about the struggles of using it every day and building that kind of a practice in using it. But I do want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video today, and that's Skillshare. You probably have heard of them. I love working with them. I love being able to go over to Skillshare and find really inspiring, amazing classes. They are an online learning community where they have thousands and thousands of classes based on creativity and art and all sorts of other topics as well that are really fascinating and really can enrich your life. So I love being able to go over there and find new things to just spark interest and excitement. And it's actually really affordable when you get the annual subscription. It's less than $10 a month, and that's unlimited access to all of the classes that are over there that are available. And I've got a code down in the description that will give the first 1,000 people to use it a free trial of Skillshare Premium so that you can go and watch lots of classes and learn lots of things and see if you enjoy it and you like it. So I decided to go over there and see what I could find as far as resources and classes that were based on creativity, on building that practice of using it and building that skill. And I did find a class, I found several classes that were really very inspirational, but in particular, I loved the one that was called Stick to It, How to Maintain a Creative Practice from Amaryllis Henderson. She has a lot of really great little tidbits that you can use to build up a practice of doing it every single day, and also of building up different challenges for yourself that help you to really stick to it. And I loved a lot of those ideas. I'm really excited about diving into embracing the creativity that I do have, and also building it up so that I feel like I'm drawing in more creativity to myself this year in particular. I think that this is probably something that, at least, I wouldn't hope it on anyone else really, but I think that it's probably something that I am not going through alone, where I feel very uncreative for a lot of time, for a lot of my life, for a lot of the projects that I work on. And I really want to be able to find a way to build and embrace and feel that charge in everything that I do. And yeah, I think that it's definitely something that, at least for me, I have to constantly be working on, thinking about it, on how can I embrace it? How can I build it into my life? How can I find inspiration for my own creativity in my life? So yeah, let's just chat and talk about creativity and how it can actually impact my life, your life, how we can find it. I always remember this particular concept or idea that I learned in school, and that was that you can't make something from nothing. So there has to be something inside your head to be able to create a painting or a piece of artwork, whether that's the object itself or the idea and inspirations that you've seen other artists do, and then you can blend them together, manipulate them, and turn them into something new. You have to be able to find those resources outside of yourself to turn it into something new and novel and unique. And honestly, I think that's probably the first thing that I always fail at, when I find that I'm just feeling really tapped out, like there's just nothing left in that creative pool inside of me for making artwork. When I feel like I'm just going through the motions, when I take a step back and think about it, I pretty much always realize that I have just really been focusing on cranking out new artwork and not on enjoying and experiencing the art that's all around me that other artists are creating, or in media that I would used to enjoy consuming and finding inspiration in the world around us, period. Those are the things that usually end up getting forgotten when I am really struggling with feeling creative. And I genuinely think that being able to give time to just appreciate and enjoy those without an agenda, without feeling like we need to be able to sit down, look at other artwork, and then have the end goal of being able to walk away and have an idea right off the bat, just ready to go and to create a new piece of artwork. I think that can be really helpful, and it is something that I am not very good at yet. I tend to go to outside sources of creativity when I am in crunch mode and it's time to make a new piece of artwork and I have no ideas. So I go and see if I can just like pick apart little pieces from other artists. And I have found that the times that make the most difference, that make me feel the most excited about my own new idea or mixture of ideas, is when I'm just letting myself enjoy it and enjoy seeing what there is out there. And yeah, I think that a lot of what drives at least my creativity is the enjoyment and the admiration of what's there in the world, what's being created, and what is naturally occurring in nature. I love that. And another thing that I have found that can really help me, but I need to do it more often, is I need to allow myself to have moments where I can just play with my creativity, where I can have a project that's entirely for myself and it's entirely just to enjoy a new concept or to experiment with something new, like a new medium, or to just play with what I already have and what I've already worked with, but in a no stress kind of situation where it does not have to be for something. I pretty much always, when I sit down to create a piece of artwork, it's almost always for a purpose. It has to fit a certain slot and it has to check off certain boxes of what's contained in it. And I find that when I can give myself breathing room to go and just work on a painting that's just going to go on my wall, nowhere else, and it doesn't need to be posted anywhere, it doesn't need to be up on my shop, it frees me up to be able to just enjoy the process. And when I enjoy the process, I find that I'm looking for more ways that I can put in new ideas, new elements that may not work, and that just opens up so much inspiration, so much creativity for me. So yeah, I suggest that if you're really struggling with feeling uncreative, but you might be in a spot where you've been really giving yourself a lot of hard deadlines or hard requirements for each piece, to maybe give yourself an opportunity to create a painting that's just for yourself, that has no strings attached. And that's basically what this piece is that I'm working on today. At the point that I had painted this, I hadn't touched oils in months and months because I had gotten all swept up in the grind of creating the pieces that I needed to do for work. So I wasn't working on the things that are more for my own enjoyment, which is oil painting, because I am still learning it and I'm still really slow at it, so it doesn't really fit in as well. So yeah, it had been a long time, and the last time that I had oil painted, I had bought myself a bunch of new paints that I was really excited to try out. They're just, if you're curious, I bought them myself, but they were the Gamblin, the Radiant line. I had a couple of them. I wanted to finish off the collection that I had, or get the rest of the ones that I was interested in. So I'd bought those. I was so excited to use them. And then I let the daily grind of just getting to work get in the way, and I never even swatched them. I never tried them out. And then I decided I was just going to put my foot down. I was going to make a little painting and I was going to use them and I was going to enjoy it. So I did that. I sketched out this really simple concept and I loved working on it. It was so much fun to be able to just focus on learning a little bit more of my technique for doing oil painting, but also I could spend a bit of time getting used to these new paints that I got, and I can see how they mix together, which I loved. I just loved being able to play with these new colors and play with the oil painting. Yeah, it was so refreshing. So after I was done working with this piece, going back to the other pieces that I needed to work on that were usually the ones that put me into the mindset of just getting it done, doing work. It was work painting, not fun painting. I found that I was recharged for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that there's a lot larger benefits to working on a piece that's strictly for yourself, that's just for playing and testing things out than just that piece. I think it can really extend out to everything that you're working on. And don't forget to check out Skillshare. I have that code down in the description for the first 1,000 people to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, so you can go check out the classes and take some and see if you like it. I love being able to go over there and get inspiration for the things that I am working on. I also have this original painting available at my shop, so if you'd like to own a little oil painting original from me, there is a link down in the description that'll take you, again, over to the shop. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to all of my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I can't thank you enough for all the support that you show me. So I think that's about it. I will be back again later with some more art content. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.